What's up, people? Elder J. About to do give you guys a garden tour, garden update. Let's see what we got going on. All right. So I start you off on my this is my container garden section. Okay. All I did, I didn't show you guys this, but I laid some cardboard boxes down underneath so that the grass wouldn't come up, and then I laid some pallets that I had on there. Though this one and this one do not have anything in them, but the rest do. These are my mint plants. This here is chocolate mint, and this is sweet mint. I purchased those as starts, and they are growing nicely. You guys saw those are my potatoes. I just added more potting soil in here just yesterday. You see, those are the potatoes. That's what they look like. I added some more, so that's how much room we got left from the top. Okay, so I'm gonna keep, once they get a little taller, I'm gonna add a little bit more. You guys didn't see me add, because I had that 3-pound bag, I needed to plant some more, so I planted some in here. You see how big that pot is? And I also planted some in here. And I also planted some in here. Now, I don't expect these to grow because they were in something else at first, and I was trying something out and it didn't work. So I tried to transfer the potatoes after about 10 days or so that they were in the other thing. So I don't expect these to work, but I just transferred them yesterday. So I'm going to give them a little bit of time, maybe a week or two. Hopefully I can see some sprouts coming up. If I do, then we'll keep it. If not, then I'm gonna have to repurpose this bad boy. All right, so that's all for now. I don't know if I'm gonna put anything in those yet. There's a couple other containers that I'm going to be putting out here. I got to grow a tomato in a container. I'm going to grow a pepper in a container. And so I don't think I'm putting anything in there, but I do have those on standby just in case, because I haven't really figured out how much space I'm going to need for my summer stuff. Okay, so yes, the lettuce is buck wild. I actually am giving some of this away today. Look how beautiful this stuff is. You cannot buy this beautiful stuff in the store, organically grown. Look at this. And this is a continual harvesting vegetable. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a video next time I come out and harvest some, because I've already taken some from here. But the next time I do, have to do a video for you guys on what that means. I always recommend you guys growing, especially those with limited space, growing continual harvest veggies. Lettuce is one. Okay, now I had a serious problem in my garden this year, a weed problem. And you see all of these plants going around, all of those, the marigolds, and all of these plants here, these are all kale. Now, it was spinach planted in those places where the kale was, and my kale, I was supposed to do some kale in containers and all that, but I had a huge weed problem. And the weeds grew so big, they kind of choked out my spinach, so I had to take out at least like 2 inches of soil from each box to lift up the weeds plus their roots, and then throw it down. When you're doing organic gardening, there's really only a couple ways that you can handle weeds. You can either do what I did in this case, which was take up 2 inches of soil while they're still small and get rid of them, or you can do like I did in this pile. In here, I had weeds galore in here as well, and in my front I had the spinach going along here. Had to take those out yesterday. In this middle row, I had mustard greens growing. And it was the first time I grew, and mostly all of the seeds that I planted, they germinated. So what I did was I didn't scoop out, well, in the front I had to scoop out all the dirt, but I literally went in, and I don't know if this is going to work. This is the other thing that you can do, is I literally went in, scooped up all the good plants, dug out and picked out all the weeds, then put the good plants back in, and I ended up separating them so that they can fill in other places as well. So all of these plants were dug up and then replanted. I don't know if they're going to survive. I just did this yesterday, so right now they look like they're all alive, but you know, I'll know in a week or two if they still look like this, if they're going to keep going. I had to do the same thing for this whole thing. All this Swiss chard was taken up and then put back. Hopefully they all survived. The only thing I didn't do, take up, were my peas back here. I did not take my peas up. I just pulled out the actual weeds all around them. So those are your three options. You can either just literally go in between each plant and pick the weeds out. You can take out your starts, or you can totally, take out the soil. Okay. Another thing you can do is, see, even around the lettuce, there are weeds in there. But because my lettuce is bigger than the weeds, my lettuce outgrew the weeds. You know what I mean? This one is dying. I don't know what's going on with this. I might have to take this one out. But yeah, so that's that. Let's see, back here, these are radishes growing. My celery, this one got ate by something, and I think it's going to actually come back and attack these too. So I don't expect these to survive much longer, because I don't know what it is. They might survive though, because I just planted these marigolds yesterday, and if it's something that doesn't like the marigolds, hopefully they'll stay away. Also in here, I got beets growing, but you can also see it's weeds all around them. So I may end up having to dig that whole thing up too. Now, this thing has random cucumbers growing. When they get a little bigger, I'm going to take those and put them somewhere. And I have a tomato plant that was in the house that I brought out just to see if it would grow or not. And I don't think it's doing too well, but we'll see. And another random tomato plant is growing. So we'll see how they look. And nothing's growing back there yet. And I still have a bunch of stuff, summertime stuff, that I will be bringing out this weekend. This is Memorial Day weekend coming up. I'll be bringing them out, and so everything will be out. I just took them out yesterday and put them on my porch so that they can be used to this weather and up and down and all that good stuff. So that's it. I'm gonna pull a couple of these whole heads up because I'm giving them away. I got a couple people coming over that's gonna get some. And when I pull them up, all I'm gonna do is replant some seeds where they go or where they were. And hopefully by the time I get rid of the rest of them, those other ones will be getting nice and ready. All right, and I'll do that until it gets too hot for them all together. All right, people, like I always say, get to growing. Peace.